Today I'm making a chocolate tofu pudding. It's smooth, velvety and chocolatey, and it's an easy way of getting protein into a pudding. A feel-good mousse. I'm today using Clearspring organic silken tofu, and that's the important bit. This carton is 300 grams. Then I'm using my preference, dark milk chocolate with orange. This is about 100 grams. And I'll also use a tablespoon of the Ancient and Brave cacao drinking chocolate. But that again is a difference. That gives a lot more depth to the mousse. But you could use any other drinking chocolate, but try to have it as a higher percentage of chocolate, darker chocolate. Otherwise it'll be just too sweet. And the topping on my mousse is, I found in Marks and Spencer's, milk chocolate covered pistachios. They're beautiful. They give a bit of a crunch to the pudding. They're actually really gorgeous. All we're going to do today is put this into my blender. And we do need to melt the chocolate. So I'm going to go over to my hob and I'm going to I have a small pan. I'm going to fill it up with 1/3 of water, boil it, and then my little glass bowl with the chocolate in. I'm going to obviously put the rest of the chocolate into here and melt it slowly until it all melts, and then I'll let it cool for a little bit and then pour it into the blender with the tofu and blend. I've chopped my chocolate and that's going to go over with a glass bowl. We just want it to be nice and smooth and velvety. What I like about this recipe is that it gives you the dessert feel, but with a bit more substance to it, because you've got the protein from the tofu. May feel a bit more satisfying than a very sugary pudding, and also the protein and fat can help with slow digestion when they're part of a meal or a snack. It's just starting now to melt. Tofu is made from soybeans, a bit like how cheese is made from milk. Tofu starts with soy milk, which is then set into curds. Soy is also one of the few plant foods that gives you a complete protein. So it's a handy ingredient to have in the fridge or somewhere in a cool cupboard. I'm using my cacao and collagen drinking chocolate from Ancient and Brave, but you can use any drinking chocolate, dark chocolate, not milk chocolate. I'm going to put a heaped tablespoon to give it depth and richness. So I'm going to put my tofu into the mixer. I mentioned to you this is the second time I've used tofu. I've never eaten tofu in my life. I was always curious. I think it's just basically having confidence in using different ingredients that you've never used before. Some people might think I'm being silly because they use tofu all the time, but I have not used tofu before or even had tofu in a restaurant. So we start pouring the chocolate into the blender. I'm on the lookout for another cooking aid, a food processor I think, but only a small one. I'll come back to you when it's all come together. I finished the blending. It looks beautiful and smooth and silky. Don't worry, you don't feel as though you're eating tofu. I feel as though I'm just eating a chocolate mousse. One of the most beautiful chocolate mousses I've ever tasted. It's very rich. I've put some of the mousse into 2 bowls just to show you. I would say This recipe makes 4, perhaps 6. You could add raspberries as a topping, other types of nuts. So you could actually pack it out if you were having a few friends round for the evening. So now I'm going to go and add my little nuts with the chocolate on, the pistachio nuts. I'm going to be tasting one now. Lovely crunch, just the right amount of chocolate, and they're very Nourish. I could easily eat the packet, but I'm not going to. Pistachios, like many other nuts, they grow on the ground, in the ground. But pistachios grow on trees. Also, they're full of protein, fibre, unsaturated fats, and are known to have vitamin B in them as well as amongst many other nutrients, micronutrients. Kind of having a healthy diet, as healthy as diets go, protein because of the tofu, making an excuse to enjoy ourselves. And now I'm going to finish off showing you the finished product, and please subscribe, try this recipe. Please give me your comments on your adaptations. It's such a versatile pudding. You can do all sorts with this, but as long as you got the basic recipes, you can do all sorts.